What is up, everybody? It's your boy Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns coming at you with, well, you guessed it, more Christmas content. I got this green elf hat that's a little small, but we'll roll with it. And I got my infamous Merry Christmas Mike Tyson Christmas sweater. Today, we are going to be reviewing one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies, Jingle All the Way. That's right. Arnold, baby. We were going to have Arnold twice on this list this year, as you know, but unfortunately, he will have to be on next year's list. So with that being said, let's dive right in. If you know this movie, you know there are some infamous lines, some infamous cameos, some big names in this, and it's just a fun ride overall. So we started off by seeing the actual Turbo Man on TV, and Turbo Man plays a major part in this movie. He's like this real-life action figure that all the kids want. It's like the most popular action figure. They call it a doll, and that makes me irate. We'll get into that. We meet Howard, played by Arnold. Of course, I'm not even going to try and do an Arnold impression, because sometimes I can do it, and sometimes I can't. It's weird. So, Arnold's at his company Christmas party while he claims to be busy, and he's missing his son, Jamie's karate class. It's kind of like a mess-up father. That's a moral of this story. And he's trying to get there so fast, he's going down the lane, but he gets pulled over by a cop. This cop shows up a few times in this movie. And of course, by the time Howard gets there, it's too late. The karate class is over. Then we meet the very nosy neighbor, Ted, who this actor was actually murdered in real life, believe it or not, who is moving in on Liz, Howard's wife, who's played by Tom Hanks' wife. I know it's a confusing thing, but yeah. So Howard says he got the doll. It's an action figure. But in reality, he doesn't have it because Arnold, I keep wanting to say Arnold, because Howard is late to everything, and that's what starts this whole issue. And then we meet the main villain, who is played by Sinbad, who was absolutely fantastic in this movie. His character is named Myron. Myron is just a crazy, psychotic mailman. So he was great. They do not get them. So Howard calls home and Ted answers the phone, and it leads to that infamous "Put that cookie down now" line.
Oh, these cookies! Put that cookie down now!
So Howard and Myron go to a local store. I believe it was the mall, because they hear about a late shipment of Turbo Men. So they're trying their hardest to get this action figure, and they try and do an orderly fashion, but it just all breaks loose. Now, they tried to give you like a ball as a number. Howard went after the ball. I don't know why he didn't just go after the action figure, but it's a movie. Gotta keep the plot going. Howard runs into then a very, very shady Santa and his elf, and they claim to have a Turbo Man in their warehouse. And he's like, do you want it or not? And Arnold's like, Arnold. And Howard's like, yeah, if you hear me say Arnold or Howard, it's whatever at this point. You know who I'm talking about. And they take him to a very shady warehouse. And they show him the action figure. He rips open the present, and it's a bilingual Turbo Man. And he's like, what the heck? And they were like, well, all sales are final. So Howard loses his mind and just starts fighting all the Santas in the warehouse. And he's doing a pretty good job until he runs into a very big Santa, and well, it's the Big Show. You wrestling fans, that's the Big Show as the big Santa in Jingle All the Way. I feel like some of you know that, but just in case, I blew your mind. Because I think I knew right away, because I was like, that dude's big, he looks like the Big Show with the straps. I'm gonna deck your halls, bub. And to make Arnold look like a small man, that's quite a feat for the Big Show. So Howard goes to throw a punch. The Big Show is not having it. So eventually, Big Show's winning the fight. But then Howard overpowers him, punches one of the elves, distracts the big show, and then he wins the fight. The cops bust in because they've been scouting this out, and then Howard fakes being a police officer to get out of it. So Howard is still trying. Him and Jamie have a fight that leads to some not nice things said. Things are rocky at the moment. Somehow, Howard and Myron meet up again at like a local diner, and they hear over the radio that there's a competition. If you can name all of Santa's 8 reindeer, you would win a Turbo Man. So they're trying to get on the phone. The waiter tells them it's only 2 blocks down, so they're running down the street to try and get there. And somebody on the phone is naming the Jacksons, and he's like, yep, nope, not even close. So they get there, and the guy's like, no, you'll get a Turbo Man eventually if you win. And that just sets both of them off. So then Myron just calmly says, yeah, I have a bomb. They're like, oh no. And he threatens to blow up the place if he doesn't get the action figure. It turns out the present isn't a bomb. But the guy, the radio station worker, did call the cops in the meantime. They try and run out of the studio, but they get caught by the cops. The same cop that pulled over Howard, earlier in the movie. He's like, you just can't stay out of trouble, can you? So then Myron then claims again he has a bomb. And everybody's like, whoa, calm down, man. Like, and Arnold's like, I know how this goes. Arnold gets out the side of the building. Myron leaves it. He escapes. And it actually goes off. It was a bomb. Arnold's running out. He hears the explosion. He's like, and Myron's like, that was a bomb? He's like, man, this is a sick world we're living in. Sick. Sinbad was great in this movie with his one-liners. Howard eventually makes it home, and he sees Ted putting on the star on his tree. He gets irate. So does Liz, for that matter. So Howard breaks into Ted's house and steals Ted's Turbo Man that he has for his son. Not saying I agree with it, but here we are. They go to the holiday parade, and this is where it all goes down. The infamous final scene. Howard is trying to run from the cops, and Ted is trying to feel up Liz. Typical fashion. So Howard escapes again by disappearing into a local building, and they're like, oh my god, you're the guy, right? And he's like, what? They're like, you're the guy. And he somehow becomes the new Turbo Man. And him and Booster, nobody likes Booster, they get ready for the show. Howard's in the super suit. Howard is Turbo Man. It's kind of crazy. And we are about to see the fight between him and Dementor, the real Dementor, until Myron beats up Dementor and takes the suit over. So it's Myron against Howard once again. And they're going off script. This is not what was supposed to be. Myron beats up Booster because nobody likes Booster. Even the kids beat up Booster. Myron wants the action figure and he wants to take it back from the kid that Turbo Man picked. Jamie. Jamie and Myron go on I don't even know what you would call it. They go up high on the run. Myron is trying to get to him, but he's like, man, you ever hear of vertigo, kid? Howard tries to stop it from getting worse, and, well, he did get there eventually, besides going through a window, a family dinner, you know. Howard does save Jamie from Myron, and he brings him back to Liz, and they're just like, oh, yeah, I wish my dad could be here. Now, in this moment, Arnold's accent isn't hidden. You could clearly see him in the super suit, but somehow Liz and Jamie have no idea that Howard is Turbo Man. And then he takes off the mask, and they are stunned. I always laughed at that part. It's so stupid and so comical, but whatever. So the cop that has been chasing Howard all movie salutes me, goes, we could use a man like you on the force. And then Howard turns around and the cop's like, oh no. And he's like, sorry about everything I did to you in the last few days. Jamie then gives the action figure to Myron to give to his son. And they're like, why would you do that? And Jamie's like, why do I need the action figure? I got the real life Turbo Man at home. Howard is the hero to end the movie. And that is it for Jingle All the Way. Super fun movie. One I always watch this time of year. 7 out of 10. It's cheesy. It's kiddie. I think it came out the year I was born, truthfully. Always a fun time. Arnold and Sinbad in that movie are great together. And yeah, what do you guys think about Jingle All the Way? If you haven't seen it, get out of that rock you're living under right now. because it's great. You'll have a fun time. Is it a all-time Oscar-winning movie? No, of course not. But you will enjoy it. You will have fun. And yeah, comment below what you think about Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way! But until next time, I believe Home Alone 2 is next. I believe. I could be wrong. But until next time, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that like button. Got 2 more Christmas videos coming, folks, and then that will be it until the year-end review. But until next time, I am Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns. I can get out of this uncomfortable hat, and we will see you in the next one. Later.